How's it going, guys? Alright, I know most of you guys aren't from Rochester, so don't hate on me while I'm up here. So, like he said, guys, hey, give me 10, 15 minutes of your time, and just pay attention hopefully to what I'm saying. I don't like public speaking, but I'm going to do what the Lord tells me, and I'm going to spit it out here for you. So I want to thank Caleb, first of all, for inviting me. What you guys do here is pretty cool. I didn't have this opportunity when I was your age to have this kind of thing, to be able to go to a church and hang out with Christian friends. I was hanging out just like everybody else out in the street, just at parties, doing whatever. All right, and you guys are lucky to be where you're at. I'm going to give my testimony. I'll give you a few words of advice. I know you guys want to get out of here and not listen to me too long, but we'll try here. As most of you guys know, I'm a football coach. My dad's Ken Leonard. He's the coach at Sacred. I know that. He's the coach at Griffin. Long story short, guys, I'll try to make this quick. Okay. I grew up around football. Okay? I loved sports. I loved athletics. Okay. My dad was kind of like me. We all have flaws in life, guys. You guys all have things in you that are negatives. Things the devil, your family curses. My dad was, man, he has a heck of a temper. And you guys have seen me coach. I have a heck of a temper. I got guys that tell you, man, I'll get right in your face and yell, and I have a temper that just clicks. When I was about 11 years, so I grew up around the football field my whole life. And I saw my dad do the way he coached and the way he presented himself. We were, and this is nothing against, we were Catholics, but we did not, I wouldn't say we were Christians. We went to church on Sunday and we did everything that, we kneel, we do this and that, but we really weren't taking in the word. We were going to church because my grandpas thought we should, my dad told me we should. Probably the most Christian influence at that time was my grandma. And, we go to church. And at 11 years old, I didn't know what was going on in my dad's life. But at about 11, 12 years old, I was about a lot of you guys, I know some of you older, but some of you about that age, 11, 12. And I hear my dad tell this story now. He was going through some trying times. Obviously he's a successful football coach. He's had one losing season, I think 32 years. Life was good for a normal person looking at another normal person. But really deep inside, he was almost suicidal. Because he was looking for something for life in his life that he did not have. My mother's I was a good kid, we had a good family, everything was good on the outside. But he was lacking something. Long story short, the man I still go, I have a barber that lives or works still by Springfield High School. I had an adopted brother, a black adopted brother. This guy cut his hair for free. And one day, my dad went to, and obviously being a Catholic coach, he went to see the bishop. He had connection to everybody. He went to all these people looking for something, and he never found it. And one day, he hit something in his head, said, hey, you got to go see this barber. And long story short, my dad walks in there, comes out, he's a different human being. He was saved that night. He accepted Jesus in his life. And the best way I can say, guys, I was 12 or 11 years old. And my dad came home from there on out. And I instantly, and I mean instantly, saw a change in my father. Something I could never explain to you. It was something I could never say. He didn't even tell me that happened. But I knew instantly, for a man to change, I knew his temper, and he still has some of those flaws. It's still in him. He's a different human being, I'll tell you that. There was something in my father that changed like this. And at 12-year-olds to realize that, I knew whatever happened to my dad, whatever it was that changed his life, whatever it was, that was what I was going to do, because it was like, holy cow, this is a different human being. He was, and he always loved me. He never did anything bad to me. He was always a good father. But something changed. And it was that instant, that day, I knew, man, I'm going to fall away. And eventually, and he didn't start early on. He kind of slowly got into things. And if anyone's heard him talk, he's unbelievable now. He's a great Christian man, and he's my father, and I love him. But that's kind of, at 12-year-old, when you see a change like that, nobody can change. No one can change in a day like my dad did. And I can't explain it, but I knew whatever he was drinking, whatever that juice was, I wanted a piece of it. Does that make sense? And that was Jesus Christ. And I've been lucky, you know what I've went through, and I'll cut through a little bit of it. I've had a great life, played high school football, played college football, have a great team. You know, life is good. I'm married, I just had a kid, you know, everything is married. But you also have hard times. My older brother that took him, my adopted brother, he died in a car accident when he was 23. And we've all had deaths and things we've gone apart. That's tough. You guys will be tested in life. Things don't always go the way they're supposed to go. It's who you are when things happen that are bad is who tests your character and tests who's really leading your life. Because when things go bad, you follow bad things a lot of times. And it's the people that stay true to their faith and what they believe are the ones that make it in life. It's easy for me this year to have it. It was a fun year. We won a state championship. It was a great team. That's easy to have fun then. It's hard when you're losing, when people, you know, when things are down on you. When life just seems like, man, like there is no God. That's when you got to rise up. I'll tell you, and I'll kind of end with this, guys. I got 3 of my guys over there that play. And some of you watch us. I know some of you probably even played against us. We were a great football team athletically. But it was the greatest bunch of guys I had ever been around. That's the honest to God truth. I just love the guys. They were good people. Let me tell you something. You guys are all sitting by someone today. And this is the one thing I've always told them. You are who you hang around. Okay? Who you're sitting next to right now, who your friends are in life. You're like, I shouldn't be sitting by you. But guys, hey, you are who you hang around. Who you're talking to right now. Is that person making you talk while I'm talking? If you are boyfriend, girlfriend. Okay? Yeah, there's somebody out there. Ladies, if that boy is a bad influence, you are going to follow. Boys. I was going to get that. But you are who you hang around, guys, and that's what I mean. You got something special here. That on a Friday night, you can come here and you can be around other Christian people. And I guarantee you, not every one of you out here is living a Christian life right now. Just because you're here doesn't mean, that doesn't make, just because you go to church doesn't mean you're living right. Doesn't mean you have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. There's a lot of people that go to church and aren't leading Christian lives. But for young people, guys, the hardest thing you go through is peer pressure and trying to be cool. You got to be around, if you take one thing from me, you got to be around good people. You have to surround yourself with the good people in life. And my kind of good people are Christian people. Do I have friends that aren't Christian? Yes. But I surround my close circle of people have to be Christian people. Because you are who you hang around. And you never forget that, guys. You adapt. Because you'll do whatever it takes to be cool, to do this, to do that, to get in the crowd. And I know it's tough. I've been there. I'm not that dang old. And I still go through that at the age of 30. So guys, hey, if I could, hey, thank you for letting me come speak. I want to thank Caleb for letting me come speak. God bless you.